Good evening. Starts by engaging our playwright a little bit. So, Nikwe text. Is it fine if I just call you Nikwe?
That's fine.
Okay. When did you start writing?
I started writing in 2008, my first year in secondary school, about 15 years ago.
That's a long time ago.
Yeah, about 15 years.
I don't want to say where I was in 2008, so I'll keep it to myself. Okay. Sylvia, way back home. Have you ever acted before, stage dramas at Trinity? Have you ever been in theater?
Any acting?
Plays? Nothing.
No, I've never acted.
So how
before.
did you find yourself here?
It was basically about music. It's all about music, choir, music, contemporary, choral. So I remember the very first drama Agalik told me about. I was supposed to sing. And then when I joined the drama, he just suddenly changed his mind that he wanted me to play a role in that drama. Yeah, all that matters. So it was through that I discovered that maybe if I should put in more effort in acting, I'd be a very, very good actress. And thanks to our able director, I think I've been able to discover that talent. Yeah.
We don't disagree. Thank you, able director. I'll come to you with the directing bit, but Nico, what made you agree to write for us? When I say us, I mean the Trinity United Church and the Youth Fellowship in particular.
Yeah, so I'm usually very busy. I don't accept a lot of contracts, but PK reached out to me and then he shared a link of All That Matters. And so I went on YouTube and I saw it, and when I was really impressed with what I saw, and I loved the team, and then I was encouraged, so I said I'll make the time, I want to be a part of this. And then I accepted it. So that was I like what I saw. I wanted to be a part of it.
That's actually very nice. Agalik, have you been directing for a very long time?
Well, I have been directing, but I've done more film, video productions, music videos, TV commercials. I just discovered. I found out that I also had a flair for stage plays. So then I just had to transfer the principles of directing to stage, and I guess this is what we're doing now.
Okay, so when did you start directing for the Trinity Youth Fellowship?
I think All That Matters was my first major stage play at Trinity, but then I've always been a part of the drama ministry.
I remember you.
Yeah, you remember
from
me.
Sunday school.
Yeah, so way back from Sunday school, I've been acting Christmas plays and all of that. When I got to the youth, did a few plays, like stage plays, as an actor. Then when I went to school, studied film directing at NAFTI. Then I had proper training.
Okay.
So then I that's where I started.
Okay.
Going into
Would you say
full-time.
Trinity developed the interest? Like Sylvia said, you made her know she could be a good actress.
Well, Trinity didn't really develop the interest. I guess after school I did my national service at the School of Performing Arts.
Oh, okay.
But then with film, you do some theater art because it has the base of theater arts in there. So I did theater arts in school at NAFTI as part of the courses that I was reading. Though I specialized in film directing and film production. But then when I did my national service at the School of Performing Arts, then that is when I began to develop real good interest in doing stage plays.
That's right. So Nico, I playwright. I don't write. God gifted me with so many things, but writing, I can't. How does it start for you? If someone calls you, right, and says, I have a gig for you. The theme is this. And with us, it's a Christian drama. So they give you a Bible text or something. How do you start? Where do you start from?
Yeah, so the first step is usually to educate myself about the theme. So go back to the word and then read and do an extensive study. Make sure I understand the theme well. And if someone gives you a theme, they don't necessarily preach a whole sermon on it. You have to go and do further studies and make sure that what you are doing is on point. So it starts with studying first, and then trying to find a way to make it relevant to these times, this country, to the audience, and to the church. Yeah.
Now he mentioned audience. So I'll ask you, do you think Trinity United Church, as the audience, is very receptive to the drama? You've done 2 of them already. This will be your 3rd, right? Do you think we are receptive? Do you think we react well to the drama?
Yes, I'm very confident. The yes I'm saying, because it really goes beyond Trinity audience, and the fact that a lot of people are involved in the publicity and how they are able to tell other people about the drama. So we are very keen on what we give them, and then thanks be to God, what we give them is very good. So the moment you hear TUC drama,
You're excited.
we're excited. It's something a lot of people are looking forward to.
Okay, so Agalik, I've been in a few of your rehearsal sessions. That you give it your all as a director, putting everything together and stuff. Would you say that the audience appreciates you and the drama? What has been the feedback over the years? At least you've done 2 of them so far. Yeah,
I've done 2 of them. So we were not expecting this feedback, but then we put in our all. I decided from the first time I decided to direct the stage play to create departments that were going to handle different aspects of whatever drama, because the drama is just what you see on stage. There's costume, there's lighting, there's props. So there are heads of department for all these, and I have a head of publicity, and I have a committee that oversees everything. Then we all come together and do what we all see every year, and it's worked. So because we've harnessed all these departments together, we're able to work in sync, and
it comes out well.
It comes out well. We get the people here.
That's good. So I have a question, right? I'm not on the drama committee or anything, but why a sequel? I like Nico to take it first. When I heard the sequel, I was like, okay, are we not done? It was interesting, it was beautiful, but why a sequel? Why are we having a part 2? Tell us.
Okay, so it goes back to the team. So they reached out to me this year too, and then we were in discussion. So it wasn't the initial plan, but then as we were brainstorming and talking about the expectations for this year, what they want to see, it came up as an idea that how about the sequel? And then I think maybe, let me say, a bulb lit up. Everybody seemed to like the idea. And then we had to reassess everything. Which of the actors are still available? What can we do? Where do we end the story, and where does it go to? But I think that's because the theme itself creates a very nice continuation, because you make disciples, but you don't leave the disciples there. You need to move on to maturity. So I think that the themes themselves create, the first one created a good segue into this one, and so I think it helped with the flow. And since the team were all for it, then I
decided to go for it. That's fine. I'll skip you. So yeah, I'll go to your director. You're a very good director. Agalik, why a sequel?
Well, for me, there were a lot of questions that were left unanswered in our first when we did the stage play last year. And we can choose to do this even into a series if we choose to.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I mean, it all depends on the right time, what angle he wants to say how he wants to develop the characters and where he wants to send. Just like you watch any TV series on television, on Netflix or anything, they always, after every season, they are writing new stories. Right? You can do the same thing. Right. It's a world out there. It's just you just have to find a plot, and you just have to start. The writing starts.
Okay.
And you piece it together and just build it. So I felt there was a lot of questions that were left unanswered, and we built on those questions, and the characters have developed, they've changed. Some has transformed. Some of them have transformed, and we are going to see the weaknesses, and we're going to see how we resolve all those.
Right. So your unanswered questions, Sylvia. I'm sure you have been in a lot of rehearsals. The drama is probably ready now. Maybe you're putting finishing touches. Have you answered the questions? Would you say you have answered them?
I would say we've answered the questions to a very large extent. Yes, but then I can't decide on behalf of the audiences because I can't know what their expectations are. But then what I can assure them is that whatever they are expecting, they will see it, and then they will actually see more.
That's a big promise.
Yeah, that's actually a promise, yes. Okay. So they should just come with an expectant heart and then hope to see that most of the questions are being answered.
Okay. So now let's dwell on this year's drama, Way Back Home 2.0. You can have you answer 2 questions for me. For starters, is writing difficult? And number 2, what are some challenges you had writing the sequel? So you can start with any of them.
Okay. Is writing difficult? Writing is challenging. It's challenging, but it's something I enjoy, and so I powered through it. When I think this year I asked at the point I asked PK and the TV they should pray with me. At the point I was like, they should pray with me, and they prayed and a miracle happened.
Were you losing motivation?
Yes, I was hit with some amazing ideas after they prayed. So
okay.
there's power in the church's prayer.
Yeah, it is.
So I really appreciate that. He told me that, oh yeah, we are praying with you, and then that night, by God's grace, I had some brilliant ideas. So that was great. Then challenges writing a sequel. Writing a sequel, when you have a clean slate, you can do anything. But with a sequel, you have to be consistent with the characters that you created last year. And I believe that the one who played Wilma last year is not in the country, and so we had to write her off from the story, and then we had to write out. I don't want to give out spoilers, so yeah, it was having to build on these characters, and then like it has to be consistent, and then also it has to be realistic. Because if there are no signs of something, you can't just suddenly show. Maybe somebody never showed any sign of impatience, and all of a sudden the person's acting so impatient. So you have to be consistent, and then to drive it there, and also building up on it as the spiritual aspect of the theme it had to be consistent. And so it was a challenge, but then I think it turned out great.
It turned out great. So far we'll hold you by your word, though. It's not like we don't trust you, but we'll hold you by your word. And I'm very positive. So Sylvia, did you have any challenges as an actor?
Generally, or as an actor for this drama?
This drama.
Challenges.
We are fine.
I'm fine. If you are saying I should compare to last year's, I would say that last year's was very challenging as compared to this. Because I had to keep a constant reaction at rehearsal, and I had to exceed the reaction on the day of the drama. So on the day of the drama, I remember I was alone for a very long time, trying to put the character together to get it as real as possible when I come on stage. So doing that was quite hard.
You are always making us cry. We'll come to that. Agali, did you have any challenges in the directing? Of course, I'm sure you did, but can you share some of them with us?
Yeah, there are always going to be challenges. So, first of all, the first challenge was we did not start rehearsals on time because there were some few delays, which was expected, the way things went. So yes, so we are racing against time right now. Secondly, we've introduced some new characters in there, very amazing. I mean, the audience are going to love them. So I have to now, and these are raw talents again. I'm dealing with very raw talents. the lucky thing is that for those who were in last year's drama and the one before that, I've been able to sort of groom them up to this point.
All
so
right.
the new ones that have come, I'm left to again
Groom those ones too.
groom those ones
Right.
again, and you know, the other thing too is how to help each of the characters develop each of the cast to develop their and take up the character that have been created for them, and that's become, sometimes I have to assume, pick up their characters and play it myself to be able to help them develop. Sometimes I have to go research. Sometimes I have to give them assignments by letting them do it themselves. And when they come, they're always not doing the assignment, but then gradually, that's how those are the few challenges. Aside that,
Okay, so without giving us any spoilers, right? I'm worrying Nico. I even feel bad. We'll start with Sylvia. Without giving us spoilers, what are some highlights of this year's drama? Why should I come on 8th April? When I come, what should I expect? Give me something.
Highlights. Well, just expect to see the cast you've seen last year, but then with a much developed character, and then a few surprises here and there.
When you say much developed character, what do you mean?
Well,
They have grown.
per the theme going on to maturity, we would see some of the characters display certain traits of maturity when it comes to their Christian lives. So I'm just telling the audience that they should expect that, yes. And then also, just make sure that when you are coming, you are not coming to see something that, oh, I have seen before. Just know that you are coming to see this drama and you are going to be blessed by it. Yes.
Yeah, sweet talking us a lot. We'll see you on 8th April. Agalik, highlights, perks of this year's drama. You don't have to give us spoilers, but let us in a bit. Sophia has been so, secretive about the whole thing. Tell us something.
Each of the characters you saw in last year's drama have developed. They've developed. Some have grown into maturity, like we expected. Some have also declined.
You mean in the role, right?
Yes, like
okay,
in the character.
In the drama, right?
Yes.
Right.
So some of them have declined. It's just a process. They are going through a whole process. Those we thought that were so perfect are now struggling with certain weaknesses, and all those weaknesses are going to be answered and resolved in the sequel that we are yet to put up.
Okay.
So it's a different thing altogether. It's not going to be the same. Yes, same cast, same cast, same people. A few introduction in there, but it's going to be even better than
At least
last
I
year's.
like your. What should I expect? If okay, it's fine.
Suspense.
That's fine. We like the suspense.
more
We like it. But Agalik is making me want to, even cancel. It's fine. Nick, we have this heard yours, or you have something you'd like to share?
Just a small top up.
Please do.
I would like to say that I think it's a piece where you have to pay attention, because if you miss the subtle signs, and that applies to life too. I hope that everybody walks away in life knowing that don't pay attention, because if you miss the signs, you'll be taken aback. You'll be shocked. So I think that I want to say that you should pay attention to every detail. Don't look away and press your phone. Don't chat too much. Just keep your eyes glued to the stage and trust you'll be blessed.
On time to try as much as possible to come on
When you say we
time.
should come on time, please give us time. When should we come?
Time by 6 p.m. we should be here.
Let's make it 5:45.
And the auditorium will be full, so come early.
Okay, director, we are sorry. What time should we come?
Over the years, from the very first one that I directed, over the years, I've made it a point that I start exact time that states on the flyer or the poster.
Right.
So if you come late, know that if you think that, oh, you're not going to stand on time, I'll start on time.
We don't do Ghana man time.
No.
Here.
So I'll start on time, I'll close on time. So if you miss a minute of it, then you've lost that excitement. Understand me? Last year we started the exact time, and by it was under an hour and just a few minutes, and we're done.
Okay.
So just come early.
Okay, that's fine. To know, I don't want to be unfair to you. Nikwe and Agalik told me what inspired them or inspires them to do what they do. So as an actor or speak for the group of actors, what's your inspiration? How do you wake up every time, schedule your rehearsal time, come and sit here and do what you have to do and give us such a spectacular performance on the D-Day?
The D-Day, okay. So personally, I have a trait where if you really want to understand what someone is going through, the best thing to do is to put yourself in their shoes. So as an actress or as an actor, if I'm given a role to play, I try as much as possible to do it very well, so that when you are watching me and you feel like you are going through what I am displaying on stage, you try to, agree and then follow with what I'm giving out. Then with the rest of the actors, I wouldn't say that we are perfect at what we do, but by the grace of God, we discovered that we have a talent whereby we can act out a written script or something that's been written down. And we are doing it because we want people to understand that life goes beyond just what we see. And then most of the things we see on TV, it happens in real life. Yeah, so most of the time.
Thank you for the life lesson. Nico, I have a question. This is a safe space, so you can tell me, right? Do you think, so far, you've written for us once?
Once.
This will be the second time.
Yeah.
Do you think the characters give life to your story? Safe space. Pretend they are not here. Do you think they give life to your story?
Last year, I was pleasantly surprised. I liked what I saw, and I thought that maybe I saw certain things in the directing. I didn't know Agalik by then, but I came with a friend who is also an actor, and so I've worked with and then when we were talking while we were watching, we were commenting on it, and like we said, it looks well directed. It looks so props you. It looks well directed because, and I could see like intentionality in the casting as well. I thought they were great. I thought the Mensa surprised me the most. I was trying to be cautious. He went all out, and the audience absolutely loved him. So
it was nice.
Yeah. I said the most. She said,
please allow my playwright to vent, please.
That is safe.
Yeah, safe space.
That is safe. So
safe space.
I thought Mensa was a bigger surprise for me.
Okay.
Yeah, but I thought they all really embodied the characters. Theodora, the one who played Deaconess Magdalena, I thought she was sensational.
Oh, yes.
I thought, to mention a few, everybody was great, but I thought they did it justice. I loved it.
Okay. Thumbs up to you guys. Nikwe's submission has given me a question. Do you audition the cast before they come on there? You do?
Yeah, we do audition.
Oh.
We do audition them.
Because I think you pick the perfect people for the roles anyway.
I just didn't pick them out of. We did the audition intentionally, and we finally arrived at what's.
Okay, so have there been points where you've switched someone's role? Maybe Sylvia was doing the next sorry, I didn't have to mention the name. Playing somebody last year, and then you realized she was not doing well.
Yeah. So first of all, your commitment should be the first on the table.
Right.
On my table of contents, if you're not committed, don't come. Don't even come for the audition.
Okay.
If you can't be committed, and that's what I tell them, and they think I'm always hard on them. If you can't be committed, stay home. And you can come and be part of the audience, because it's hard work. It is rehearsals after rehearsals, all night rehearsals. People leaving their businesses and coming for rehearsal, because we are doing this for God.
Yeah.
We are doing this to draw people to Christ. Like I said, it's an evangelism tool. What we're doing on stage is not just a performance. We are not performing for people to laugh and all of that. So if you're not committed, don't even come for the audition.
Okay.
The second thing is I look out for certain things like how vocal the person, depending on the character that has been created, how soft the person is. This person is too hard. This person, I look out for all those things. Sometimes I go in very hard and try and turn like someone like her. Sylvia is very soft. She's very, so then if you don't go hard on her, she's going to, and her role is not just that. There are times where she has to go. It gets very intense for her. There are sometimes she's on the low. You need to play with all of that, and directorially, you just have to pay critical attention to the people, you've taken your actors, and link it with the characters that have been created.
It sounds like a lot of work, but
it does.
If I would be honest, once you look at the drama or you see the drama, you see the commitment and the hard work.
Sometimes I stay up night making notes because I work better at night.
Okay, that's
so fine. I stay up at night taking notes, and like I said, I put myself in the roles and I try.
Thank you for all the hard work.
We thank God.
Maybe we'll leave stacks of cash outside.
We give all the thanks to God.
Or, you take some?
He gives us the strength to do what we do.
He does.
Yeah.
Thank you. Viewers, you are reminded to, prepare your questions and your suggestions and all of that. We'll be taking them soon. Director Agalik, let's start from you again. Would you say you have enough support? And I mean support in all senses. Financially, in terms of manpower, everything else.
I must say, and I must be very honest, the church does give us their best of support.
That's good.
I believe that it isn't everywhere that we get what we get. We are very fortunate to get what we have, from finances to, giving us everything that we need to put up the drama. But then, of course, we manage the finances that it can never be enough. But then, whatever they give us, we manage it, and we try to give our best.
Yeah.
So, we are just hoping that moving forward, looking at the drama taking the drama to be an evangelism tool.
Right.
We sort of work towards it and probably putting more efforts in there to make it better.
Okay. I don't want to ask Sylvia and Nico anything about support. Agalik has answered it. It's fine. Would you write for us again?
It would be an honor. I would love to.
Okay. We'll think about it. Sylvia, now give us some behind the scenes, right? Give us your most memorable moment from your rehearsal session. Don't give us spoilers. You can give us anything from the directing bit, one time when there was a flaw somewhere, anything.
Well, I would say that my fellow cast members, I won't say they worry me, but I don't know the word. They pick on me a lot. And then there's this very scene in the drama, which everyone will see hopefully on the 8th of April, where the word is not coming. The picking on me is very, very extreme. And I had challenges with gathering my confidence. I'm still working on it. Not personal per se, but I'm still working on it. That very character, I'll say here, I'm still working on it. I'm hoping that on the day of the drama, I would deliver excellently well. So during rehearsal, it's been one of my main challenges, and I'm still developing on it.
Okay, we know you will.
By the grace of God.
We'll talk more about, the set design. I want to know if Nico, has any input into that. Does he come and say, okay, I don't like the colors, how do you do this, how someone is supposed to dress, and all of that. And if the actors actually make any input into that. And then as the directors, what you look out for and all of that. But before we discuss that and take some questions and suggestions. We'll go for a quick break. We'll be right back. This is Let's Talk About, and we are discussing Way Back Home 2.0. Please stay with us.
Get ready for an unforgettable Easter experience with the Trinity United Youth Fellowship. Brace yourself for the most sensational and thrilling drama of the season, Way Back Home 2.0.
A play written by Nikwe Texan and brought to you by the theatre ministry of the Trinity United Church.
If you thought last year's performance was a showstopper, then you're in for a treat, because this year's stage play is going to be even better.
The stakes are higher, the tension is greater, and the drama is more intense than ever before.
Reverend Walter Abeku Walters, the bold and thoughtful man of God, is facing an unknown fate. Will he emerge victorious, or will his faith be tested to the limits?
Woman of God this morning. Akwesi, shame on you.
Deaconess Magdalena, control yourself. Who made you judge and jury?
Deaconess Magdalena and her 12 disciples are still on a mission to win more souls for the church. But will they face unforeseen challenges?
Mensa, step forward again.
Hush.
Have you ever heard him leading prayers?
Shagadaba
Mensa, louder.
Shagadaba intakadaba.
As for the baby mamas and baby daddies, the plot thickens. Will Wilma finally get her dream guy, Paul, or has someone else captured his heart?
I also want you to do that.
Daddy. Oh, or should I say, very reverend. Have you even asked me if I'm interested in being a part of this project of yours?
What's the outcome of Theodora, aka Foxy T, and her baby daddy? You'd have to see it to believe it.
Foxy T. That's her. Hey, wait. Yehovah.
Join us at the Trinity United Church Legon this Easter Saturday, 8th April, inside the premises of the Trinity Theological Seminary at exactly 6 p.m. for an electrifying and life-changing drama that will inspire you to rebuild your broken walls and reposition your faith in Christ and your purpose as a Christian.
Way Back Home 2.0 is not just a stage play, it's an experience you do not want to miss. Get ready to be entertained, inspired, and uplifted by this extraordinary performance. See you there. Hi, welcome back. This is Let's Talk About. My name is Sedinam Togo Lamadeku. I've been here with Mr. Scratch That, Nikwe Texan, Sylvia Tete, and Stephen Kojo Agalik. Nikwe Texan is Way Back Home 2.0's playwright. Sylvia is a lead actor, and Kojo Agalik is the director. We are discussing the drama, picking insights from last year's, what we are essentially to expect this year, and what they have done different. So in this session, we'll take your questions, your comments, whatever you may have, and we'll discuss some other stuff. So stay with us. Agalik, let's talk about set design. Every time I come to watch the drama, I'm wowed. Either I'm seeing a typical depiction of a living room, or if it's a pub, it is giving what it's supposed to give in layback, youthful slang. How do you do it? What goes into all of that?
Okay, so first of all, let me commend one person, and I should have done that in the beginning.
That's okay.
That's Ernest Kofi Champon, who assists me as a director. He's always been my backbone. I don't do this alone, I must say. So he takes responsibility of the set design. He sits with the set designers. Like I said, I've segmented everything into departments.
Right.
So we have those who in charge of set design. So Ernest takes charge of that, and he sits down with them. They design it. They bring us the designs. We make we do our inputs, then we finalize on it. We put things like props. We go as far as going to rent props. So we go to Prop Haven to rent props to augment the set that we built,
and we try and get everything as close to reality as possible.
Right. That's fine.
Yeah.
Before, I would like to take their input as well. But we have a comment from our minister in charge, Reverend Martin Obing. He says, Trinity, thanks to all those who contributed and continue to make this drama a reality. Kudos to you guys and girls, you ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much.
No, we'll still accept it.
That's fine. Okay, so Agalik, I'll ask you, and then Sylvia can answer. Do you allow the actors make any input into what the set looks like at the end of the day?
Yes, I do. My basic principle is that everybody from set design, even if there's a security man, I would want your input.
That's right.
In my work life, I learned this when I was in mainstream, when I was in mainstream working. It was an advertising agency. Every morning we brainstorm. We call the security people, the cleaners in the office. We are all sitting in the office and we are brainstorming because you are doing a product for a lot of people. You want to see how everybody is thinking. So I think I transferred that mentality that I got from my boss when I started doing the directing. So the cast, directors, committee people, those doing costumes, set people, we sit down. What do you think? And I keep on hammering. I can't do this alone. The ideas are not all in my head. So you guys need to help me. So yes, it's everyone's input. So everything you see in there on stage is not just me. It's ideas put together. We harness everybody's ideas.
And I'd say that's very true because a few times I've come to watch the rehearsal and you would ask, what did you see?
Yeah.
Note something down, and all of that. So I think it's brilliant.
Yeah.
Seeing it from someone else's point of view and then yours.
Yeah.
So that's enough said.
Yeah.
We'll take a comment and then I'll come back to the discussion.
Sure,
Vida Kwapoen Kufu says, I just can't wait for this. I can't too. Who can? Okay, so it is good to, build on something. And this is a sequel, which means that we are building on something or taking continuance from something. What are some things you do or you have done better this year? Looking at last year's drama, maybe when you came to watch the drama, you were wowed, pleasantly surprised, borrowing your words. But there are some things you felt that you could have done better, made this place more interesting, cut this scene a bit shorter. So have there been any of that? And what have you done about that this year?
Yeah. So I think last year, I was not very familiar with Trinity.
Okay.
I didn't know how the church was, We're all Christians, but every church has its peculiarities.
Right.
And I wasn't familiar, so I held back a little with some certain things, how certain characters behave because I wasn't familiar with the church. But coming in last year, seeing fellowship with all of you, watching it together, watching your reactions, I think it gave me some additional confidence this year because I feel like I know my audience, I know the people I'm writing for, and so I knew how to go about the writing
this year.
much more. Yes.
So you didn't hold back?
I didn't hold back.
Okay,
And I also,
the
team, the committee I was liaising with, I felt like they were very open and knowing ourselves a little more this year, we were able to talk and then work on their feedback. So it was great. I feel like
that's good.
We made it better, yeah.
That's really, really good. Sylvia, were there any pitfalls in last year's drama for you? Were there some things you felt you could have done better at? Oh, you're always 100.
I think, I think I overdid my best last year.
There's or there's more room for improvement?
Each of them did. I mean, they gave their all, and I was very much satisfied.
Okay, go on with your praises. We'll take it.
Okay, I wouldn't want to talk for myself, but working with my fellow cast members, I've seen that they are all very committed. I don't want to use committed. They are all very serious when it comes to executing their role well. And sometimes their motivation comes from the number of people there. When you see that the stage is set, the place is dark, you see heads sitting there, you are convinced that you need to give your 100% best when you go on stage. And you wouldn't dare miss your lines because you would be on the spot. So I will not talk for myself. My cast members are excellent. They all do extremely well and maybe better than I do. So just expect nothing but the best.
I do recall the event where they were just about to come on stage. And I gave my last pep talk. Then I left them and I went back and I saw the crowd. Then I returned and I told them that there's one more thing left. I told them that, guys, the number of people out there is times about 5 of when we are having our normal church service. Then they all started getting scared. Then I told them that don't get scared. This shows that we have done a good job by bringing these people to our doorstep. Let's go out there and give them a good show, so that by the time they return back to their houses, they would have a change of heart. They would know that they are sending something good away. We are doing the same thing this year. This year is even going to be better. And now my cast are even more confident, knowing that they are going to even get times 2 of the crowd that we had. So we are coming with everything in us. So they should expect a good show.
Because Sylvia seems to give me 100 all the time. How do you deal with it? Stage fright, because we all get it. How do you deal with it? Or you are never shy? You are never scared or anything?
Shy person.
Okay, so how do you handle that?
I don't look at the audience until the drama is done. It's something I do. I don't know my fellow cast members. I'm sorry, I'm not being biased because I'm just representing all of them.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine. We're fine.
I get shy sometimes. I just, like our director, you let me say, if you are in character, nothing can distract you. So I go on stage with that mindset, and then I try to deliver. Yeah, I think the very first drama, that was really good. Yeah, and then we had some testimonies after. So just thank God that it always turns out very, very well. It's not anything special or anything. We just try to follow the rules and then try to let grace take over.
That's fine. I'll come to Nikwe. A lot of people are saying they can't wait for the drama. I don't think I can wait myself.
I can't.
Nikwe, how do you feel, or how did you feel after last year's drama? Looking at how well it went.
Oh, I felt good.
Just good.
I felt really good. I think I told them I felt really good, and I will tell you. So I was just telling my people, tell you, those who couldn't make it, that these people are amazing. Like, it was really good. Like, it was really good. And it's like, I'm like, and they can learn lines. Like, it tell you, like, sometimes I give them the liberty to change up the lines a bit, so fast you don't miss.
The part.
Like, you guys know the lines, and because I normally memorize the lines, so I have them in my head sometimes, and I'm like, yeah, hitting word for word. I was so impressed. I was like I took my phone, I typed on the television. These people can learn lines. Come and watch. They learn word for word. I was so impressed with that. I was like, and because I've been told that they are not professional actors, I was like, oh, and they are learning the lines word for word. I was very impressed with it. Yeah, so that's another time made me feel really good. I saw it's commitment, like you're saying, learning lines word for word. That's great. Yeah, so
it's great, but is it creative? Don't answer that.
Oh, I actually do want to answer that.
Okay, please answer.
You see, it's not just about, like you were saying, it's not just about the words, it's about how you bring you have to own the character.
Right.
Yes, so even though Mensa said the words I wrote, the character was greater than the character. I think I held him back because of my mental picture of him was a little bit more reserved because I thought that the church was a reserved church. Yes, but when I saw it was the words, but then the expression was out there. So yeah, it's beyond. It's a powerful thing to know. Take these words and give it personality. Breathe life into them, and I think they did that. Yeah, so it was creative, definitely creative.
So it was creative.
Definitely.
Please remember that you can send your comments or questions to our WhatsApp number 0501 579 996. 0501 579 996. We would love to hear from you. Please send us questions and comments and all of that. I want to ask for spoilers, but I can't. Nikwe says no. That's a very strong no.
On the 8th of April.
We'll come to Trinity United Church and come for the spoilers. When you are in the crowd, right, you sit, you watch the drama, especially for those who have not been to any of the rehearsal sessions. You know, people have a lot of opinions. Have there been, you know, instances where someone has walked to you after the drama and said, oh, you could have done this better? You know, have there been instances like that?
Not personally.
Okay.
Not personally, but then when we received the script from our playwright,
right.
I, as much as possible, because that is his what do you call it?
Expertise?
No,
What was that?
it's what he has written.
Oh, okay.
So I don't twist it. If I have to change anything, I go back to him and tell him, because I don't know how he created the character, he created the plot and anything. I just assume my role as a director, and that is it. So if you come to me and tell me, oh, I could have done this, I could have. Yes, I accept what you have said, but then we work within a certain line and we follow it. It is art. Apart from the fact that we are trying to change lives, it is an art. So you don't just do anything anyhow. You need permission from the playwright.
Right.
Okay, this is what we realized. So we want to change this. They're like, okay, let me help you. Then we just find our way around it. You just don't go and change anything. I feel it's even more disrespectful to the playwright.
Okay. So in the instances where the person does not tell you before you come and act the drama to the audience, maybe after, do you get people, you know, criticizing you for
yes.
stuff? Yes, that's what
I mean, we welcome people.
You're open to the criticisms.
we are open to it, and we incorporate all of that into whatever we do. You know, and yes, we take it. It's when someone is criticizing you, it doesn't mean that what you did was bad, but it's probably because they want it to be better. So you just listen, and if there's something you have to do about it, you just do it.
Okay. Yuko, you're doing amazing, right? I've not really followed your work. To be honest, the first time I heard about you was last year, you know, when the drama was about starting and all of that. Where do we see this going? And you're in a group somewhere. We'll not mention, we won't give them free publicity. No, you know, but where do you see the Trinity United Church theater ministry going? From what you've seen so far, last year you'd see more this year.
Yeah.
Where do you see us going?
I think that you have already been on the right trajectory. I think a lot of, I say this with a lot of caution, that a lot of church drama out there gives the church bad rep. Because it is such low quality art, and we expect people to support it just because we mention Jesus' name in it. But if you want to do church drama, do it well. And I feel like that's something you were already doing. And that's the main reason why I'm not saying this for lack of ability, just some people just won't put the work in, and it shows that like work wasn't put into it. But already you had like that work ethic and that mindset to do. So I see it going far, and I think that as you, like, every year you aspire to something better than you have done.
Right.
Exactly. So, and you're already doing extremely well. So it can only get better from here. So I think it's going to be something great. I feel like everyone who saw last year will definitely come this year and bring more people.
Right.
And everyone who sees this year will definitely come the next year. So it only gets bigger and better from here. Yeah. I'm sure with time your church auditorium will not be able to contain your audience,
Maybe we'll
and you'd have to
National
come to
Theatre
National Theatre. Yes.
Just said, I mean, last year we had the opportunity to grant interviews at Sunny FM, and we're lucky enough to chance on Uncle Ebo White. Uncle Ebo White, yes. So he came, we met him, and we spoke to him, and he was like, okay, you guys need to take the drama out of the church. Not because he didn't think that he thought the church wasn't whole, but he felt that what we're doing is meant for everyone out there. And when we keep it in the church, we are limiting ourselves.
Right.
But then, of course, I mean, we just can't take it out of the church.
It starts from somewhere, right.
And we are under leadership. So we need to be whipped into line and follow certain. If we propose and the church accepts, why not? We will go to bigger.
Okay, so you are looking at it.
Yeah, I mean, it's all in the pipeline.
Okay. There are so many things in this pipeline. John Afstan says, I can't wait for the drama night. Me too, John. Sylvia, your playwright and your director have spoken. Where do you see the theatre ministry going to as an actress or an actor?
Well, I personally see TUC, theatre ministry, really going very far. I think within the next 2 to 3 years, I don't see us hosting our drama here. And I don't see us accepting audiences for free as well.
Wow.
Honestly, I'm being honest. And in as much as we put in a lot of intentional work, we put in effort to make it work, we just want to convince our audiences that it's not for nothing that we do this work. We are entertaining you and we are preaching the gospel to you as well in the best way we can as possible. So I don't know whether I should say it's open for more auditions, or people are welcome to join. But if you feel like you have that talent, you have something in you want to portray to everyone, you feel like you are a very good actress, when you stand in the mirror, you can act. And you should be speaking to one of our directors by now, and then you should join the ministry. Because
so I can't come if I'm not a good actor. You won't develop me? Because you were saying developing a lot.
Well, I would say that, but...
But you're open, you are taking people with the interest, right? You groom us.
Right.
So like I said,
If you are coming in,
Be committed.
first table of content is commitment. If you are not committed, if you know you doom so, stay home. I'll tell you, because we do this because God has given us the strength, the talents, and the skill to do it. And we are doing it not because we just want to entertain people, like Sylvia said, but because we want to preach the gospel as well. So we just don't want anybody come spoil our soup for us. Yeah, you must be ready to work for it. Yeah.
Okay. Well, we've seen the results, so I don't think anybody who is not committed or ready to commit, will show their head. But that's okay. We have a comment from George Adriama. He says, the Youth Fellowship is very grateful, Papa, our minister in charge. God bless council and the entire church for the support the drama ministry receives. You agree to, right? Yeah. So thank you, Reverend Minister in charge and council. So last year, the main themes of the drama, if I got them right, responsibility, discipline, discipleship, and all of that. This year, what are the main themes? Or what is the main theme? I want everybody to give me one. Nico, I won't call you first, you can relax. Sylvia, give me one.
Patience.
Okay.
Patience.
Okay.
Yeah.
When you say patience, I want you to elaborate, but you spoil it. It's fine. Agalic, give us one of them.
First of all, I want us to look at the bigger picture, and the bigger picture is growing into maturity.
Maturity, right.
So as a Christian, what are the basic things that you need to do as a Christian to grow? You need to grow. You can't just be stagnant. So anything that you can do to help your Christian growth, prayer, reading the Bible, studying the Bible, living a Christ-like life. You understand me? That is what we are going to be seeing in the drama. Yes. At the end of the day, the love of God will always succeed.
Okay.
And that is the bigger picture.
The main thing for you. Okay. Nico.
Okay, so continue for what he said. Going on to maturity, I think Ephesians 4 says that till we all come in the unity of the faith, of the knowledge of the Son of God, unto a perfect man, to the measure of the stage of the fullness of Christ. And it continues, says, so we are no longer children who are tossed to and fro and carried by every wind of doctrine, and the sleight of man where they lie in wait to deceive. So maturity also has the elements that if you as a believer don't mature, you are vulnerable. And that's another thing that I hope that people see, that you can easily be manipulated, because there's so much in our media nowadays. If you go to Instagram, TikTok, people are YouTube, people are saying wrong things with confidence, and you may be picking, maybe being carried away and not noticing it. So going on to maturity, like he said, as you are growing in Christ, it makes you able to stand. It makes you able to resist all these winds of doctrine that are blowing, and that's the way you can stand in the storm that's like our world is facing now.
That's good. So I have a personal question. Should we expect a musical anytime, like is it a cantata or something? Should we expect something like that soon?
So for I think the first one that I directed, I wanted to do a musical. That is how Sylvia
got in there,
creeped in and wanted to sing and do her singing. But that year, what happened was that COVID hit us, and well, just as when we were doing our rehearsals, COVID hit us, and we couldn't put up the play. Then after COVID, when we opened up for church and we wanted to do the play, the time was so limited that I couldn't. That means that I was supposed to having 2 sessions of rehearsal, one for the acting bits and one for the musical bits. So then I was going to have a musical director with a choir master and a choir to back the singer when like the cast, the actor when the person is singing. That didn't happen. It's still my desire, yes, to want to do a musical drama. Right? I was telling Nee that I mean, hopefully, in the not too far future, would sort of have some collaboration with his group.
Okay, that'd be nice.
Maybe put up a bigger show, and I mean, give it a bigger publicity and blast it everywhere.
I will come for anything you do though. I'm sure our viewers will come too. So Sylvia says you start charging as well. We'll discuss that when the show ends.
Well, the charging is for a good cause.
Oh,
I mean,
it's
all to give
to
you
move
something.
the ministry,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, it's a ministry, so
That's
it's
fine.
all to put it back into the ministry.
I see Nico nodding.
Yeah.
Well, money is good.
Drama is expensive.
It is. It looks expensive, and I'm sure it's expensive. Right. So, final words. Why should I come here on the 8th of April? Mikoy, why should I come?
Why should you come?
Why shouldn't I sleep or go somewhere else?
I feel like you haven't seen this before.
Okay.
You haven't seen this before. It's something that you need to I've seen a lot of stuff. You haven't seen this before. Feel like you'll be blessed, you'll be entertained, you love it. Yeah, and yeah. If you haven't seen the first part, you see it. If you haven't and you see the second part, you will understand and you would want to see the first part.
Right.
Yeah, I feel like it's something that you should be there. It's an experience you want to have. Yeah, you should be there.
Okay. Sylvia, why should I come here on the 8th of April?
Yeah, I agree with Lee. I agree totally. I mean, you can't be anywhere aside Trinity on the 8th of April. I mean, you have nothing else to do but to be here. And you just love the drama. Yeah, and you will keep talking about it for quite a very long time. So you have to be
come
here. You'll be blessed. You'll be blessed.
You'll be blessed. Okay. Nikwe says we've not seen anything like it before. The promises you have made on this live stream today. Agali, why should I come here on the 8th of April?
On the 8th of April, anybody coming into Trinity should not just come with the mindset of the fact that, oh, they are coming to be just entertained. Yes, you'll be entertained. That is there. But you are coming and knowing that when you leave Trinity, you would have a renewed heart. The way you look, the way you were seeing things, you see things differently. You know, you think that, oh, you're a good Christian, you are praying and you are serving God, but then when you see this play, you realize that there are certain things that you need to really pay close attention to.
Right.
And we all miss it until we see it through the lens that we are going to. I always say that the stage play is a lens that we're going to see ourselves through. When you see it, you see the play, you will see that there are certain changes that you need to do to help build your Christian
life.
Yeah.
So Daniel is asking a very interesting question. I nearly missed it. So for those of us who were not here last year, Nikwe said we should watch the first drama.
Okay. So
Where can we find it?
Okay, so come Sunday, we are going to do a premiere of last year's drama.
Oh, that's good.
Yes, we'll premiere so that those who didn't get to see last year's drama will now see it. It will be on our social media, the church's social media platform.
Trinity United Church.
Yes, on
Legon.
both YouTube and Facebook. We are premiering last year's drama, Way Back Home, so that when you sit in for the 2.0,
you understand.
You would really understand. And even if you don't get to see last year's drama, this year's drama is a whole plot on its own. Yes, so you don't just for those who did, for those who wouldn't be able to see it, still do come. Don't miss it, because there's a different plot on its own.
We may not have mentioned it emphatically. Are we paying to come and watch the drama?
No, it's free. It's free. Come and just come and enjoy the experience. It's free.
Okay.
No one is paying.
So can I bring someone?
Yes. When you are coming, don't come alone. Come with someone so that the person will also be blessed. And the time is 6. I want to be very...
so do you want us to get here at 6?
The program starts at 6.
Okay, that's fine.
So it means by between 5 and 5:30, you are seated. Because if you don't come early to looking at what happened last year, you're not going to get anywhere to sit.
Yes, that's true.
And we are not putting screens outside. So you probably want to come in very early, find a very comfortable place to sit.
Okay. Anything else someone wants to add? We have a comment, since nobody wants to talk to me. Kwekudochi says, most of the times we are able to tell the storyline. Last year's drama was marvelous. Keep going, guys. Thank you, Kweku. I didn't act, but thank you. Thank you for joining. But I'm allowed to say thank you on your behalf.
Yes, please do.
Thank you for joining us in the studio this evening.
Right.
Sylvia said we may be paying the next time, so take advantage of the last free drama, viewers. Take advantage. And this has been Let's Talk About. My name is Sedinam Togo Lamadeko. We have been talking about Way Back Home, a stage play we gave our audience last year. We are doing a sequel this year, and we are basically building the story around Christians growing or going on to maturity. On the 8th of April, activity. Please find your way or make your way to the Trinity United Church Legon on the Trinity Theological Seminary campus. We'll be here. The play will start at 6 p.m. prompt. We advise that you come at 5:30 so that you can find suitable places to sit. I've been here with Nikwe Texton, the playwright, Stephen Kojo Agalik, the director, and Sylvia Tete, a lead actor. Thank you for joining us in the conversation. We hope to see you next week, Saturday. This has been Let's Talk About. We'll see you same time next week with something more interesting. Good night.
Ready for an unforgettable Easter experience with the Trinity United Youth Fellowship? Brace yourself for the most sensational and thrilling drama of the season, Way Back Home 2.0.
A play written by Nikwe Texton and brought to you by the Theatre Ministry of the Trinity United Church.
If you thought last year's performance was a showstopper, then you're in for a treat, because this year's stage play is going to be even better.
The stakes are higher, the tension is greater, and the drama is more intense than ever before.
Reverend Walter Abeku Walters, the bold and thoughtful man of God, is facing an unknown fate. Will he emerge victorious, or will his faith be tested to the limits?
Woman of God this morning. Akwesi, shame on you.
Deaconess Magdalena, control yourself. Who made you judge and jury?
Deaconess Magdalena and her 12 disciples are still on a mission to win more souls for the church. But will they face unforeseen challenges?
Mensa, step forward again.
Hush.
Have you ever heard him leading prayers?
Shagadabaita.
Mensa, Louder!
As for the baby mamas and baby daddies, the plot thickens. Will Wilma finally get her dream guy, Paul, or has someone else captured his heart?
I also want you to do that.
Daddy. Oh, or should I say, very reverend. Have you even asked me if I'm interested in being a part of this project of yours?
What's the outcome of Theodora, aka Foxy T, and her baby daddy? You'd have to see it to believe it.
Foxy T! That's her! Hey! Wait! Yehovah!
Join us at the Trinity United Church Legon this Easter Saturday, 8th April, inside the premises of the Trinity Theological Seminary at exactly 6 p.m. for an electrifying and life-changing drama that will inspire you to rebuild your broken walls and reposition your faith in Christ and your purpose as a Christian.
Way Back Home 2.0 is not just a stage play, it's an experience you do not want to miss. Get ready to be entertained, inspired, and uplifted by this extraordinary performance.
See you there.